evening, everybody. Welcome to Live from the Lou. I'm your host, Charlie Worsham. You walked in straight out of a movie, drop dead and groovy as a 45, spinning some old school Al Green. And every stitch of your Levi denim is a line from a song I wish I'd written. Don't know if I'm making sense, but you know what I mean. Blue jeans, fade, boots breaking, 20-year whiskey's better than 10. Making love, making wine, both get sweeter if you give them time. Hey, beautiful, you know beautiful, it just gets better with age. And I wanna stick around long enough to see those brand new blue jeans fade. All my favorite things have a history, like guitars from the 60s. Trucks with rolled up windows you hand crank. And who knows where we go from here? Another dance or 50 years. I can't promise much, but you can take this to the bank. Blue jeans fade, boots breaking, 20-year whiskey's better than 10. Making love, making wine, both get sweeter if you give them time. Hey, beautiful, you know beautiful, just gets better with age. And I wanna stick around long enough to see those brand new blue jeans fade. Blue jeans fade, boots breaking, 20-year whiskey's better than 10. Making love, making wine, both get sweeter if you give them time. Oh, hey, beautiful, you know beautiful, it just gets better with age. And I wanna stick around long enough to see those brand new blue jeans fade. Didn't know if I'd make it in time. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to Live from the Lou. This is our first episode of the new version of this web streamed show, and I'm so glad you're here. We have a great episode tonight in store for you. My dear friend and musical sister, Jenny Gill, is here as our special guest, and we have several new segments, which reminds me, I think one of those is coming up. Maybe I had a note. Oh, yeah. It's time for Pick of the Week. Pick of the Week. This week's Pick of the Week is the Heartland Hootenanny. You can find the Heartland Hootenanny live every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Central on the Old Crow Medicine Show's YouTube channel. That's right, it's hosted by my friend and yours, Ketch Secor of Old Crow Medicine Show. I was lucky to be a guest a few weeks back, and Ketch always has a special guest, and the Old Crows usually make an appearance. And between the bona fide certified old-time music and the sense of humor that my friend Ketch has, you'll be in stitches and your dancing toes will be tapping. So be sure to tune in to the Heartland Hootenanny live on the Old Crow Medicine Show YouTube channel every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Central. I promise you, it'll be like going back in time and tuning in to an episode of Hee Haw. That's the Pick of the Week. Y'all be sure to tune in Saturday nights for the Heartland Hootenanny live on the Old Crow Medicine Show YouTube channel. Well, what do you say we bring on our special guest? This is one of my dearest friends. She's my musical sister. We've been out on the road touring together, and I hope we get to do it again soon when all this craziness is over. I love her voice, I love her songwriting, and I love her social media posts. We'll get into all that and more. Let's bring her on. Oh, wait a second. I need my interview chair. Okay. Now, let's bring on our special guest, y'all. Please make welcome Miss Jenny Gill. How are you doing, Jenny? How's y'all's quarantine?
I mean, it's going, I think, the same as everybody else's, who has small children. I mean, it's great. We're getting a lot of extra time with the family, which has been a blessing. But then there are days where you are pulling your hair out and it's really, really hard. But I was supposed to be working with Amy. We were supposed to do this really big tour out on the West Coast. I was going to be gone for 22 days and I was sweating it. Like leading up to those dates, I was thinking, I don't know if I can be away from my family for this long, but it's my job. And then this all hit. And so I've been trying to view it as a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I feel like we're in that same place. I was supposed to be out on a bus most weekends like you, and I was excited for it, and now I'm excited that I get this time. I don't normally get with my wife, but it can be challenging when it's a little bit of Groundhog Day every day.
Isn't
Yeah,
it weird what's like what you look forward to now in these days? Like, oh,
it
I can't
is.
wait till I can eat my broccoli that I'm growing. Like,
And in some ways, I think that's hopefully for me, my hope is that the celebration and making sacred of the small things, the simple things, will be something we carry with us out on the other side of this. Because there is something to just spending time in the kitchen, putting a record on, and being with the ones you love. So now, as the mom of a 2 and a 5-year-old who is a professional touring musician, and you can't really do your job from home, but I know you're staying busy nonetheless, and having to parent 2 young children. What has quarantine taught you about yourself that you might not have been revealed without a quarantine?
red wine is my actual best friend.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was like some other people, but no, it turns out red wine and I are a match made in heaven. That's basically what I've learned. I'm not a nightly drinker. Just like when life is normal, I mean, maybe once a week, if I'm just like, oh, everything's done, I'll enjoy a glass of wine. Quarantine, it's nightly. I'm drinking wine nightly. And I post on my Instagram. I try to every night when I'm pouring a glass, just so everyone knows.
Yeah. We're big fans of your Instagram, by the way.
Oh, thank
We
you.
love all your posts, your morning check-ins. It's coffee in the morning, it's wine at night.
I'm glad
Especially,
you enjoyed that.
yes, very much. Well, being you've always felt like a musical sister to me, and we've spent time on the road together touring. And I know we've talked about how it's been nice to have this time with our families. Also, it's nice to have red wine to balance that extra time out. But what do you miss the most about being on the road touring?
Oh man, the hang. I miss the hang. Um, for the last 10 years, I've been singing background vocals for my stepmom, Amy Grant. And the band that she has, they're just made up of the best people. There's no drama. There's just it's not hard. It's the greatest hang. Everyone gets along. It's my other family, really. And they're so talented. And Amy gives us the freedom to just be ourselves on stage. We don't have to play the same thing or sing the same thing every night. Sometimes she'll just look over at us and just say, take the lead. And me or Kim Keys will just, you, okay. And we just go up there and trade lines, sing and lead. She's just so welcoming of everyone's talents and wants everyone to shine. Her touring schedule is perfect for my lifestyle right now because it's like weekends here and there. We're never gone for really extended periods of time. So I can leave home for 4 days and come home and be with the family. And it's the perfect amount of time to like recharge and feel those parts of myself that aren't mothering. And that's really important for me to be able to get those times.
You're talking about probably going to a restaurant first thing when you are able to get out of here. I hope one of the first things you do is book another Third and Lindsley show.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I need to do that too. I miss playing live so much. I mean, singing background for somebody, all the hard work is done for you. There's something beautiful about that. You can just show up, you do your part, and that's that. With my solo stuff, it requires a lot more work and delegating. And I have an awesome band, and we have so much fun playing at Third and Lindsley. Ron Bryce, who owns Third and Lindsley, he's been so supportive of me for years. I mean, even back to when I was in college, before they had expanded the space, and it was that weird, like L-shaped room with the stage in the corner. I mean, I brought my college bands there and played, and he's always just like, whatever you need. It's the only venue I play in Nashville for my solo stuff. And everyone's been so supportive, and I can't wait until we get to do that again. And you should come and play with us.
I'm in. I am so in. All I want to do when this is over is just play music with other human beings. I'm so tired of jamming with myself. It's getting old. Well, so now you said you've been playing Third and Lindsley since your college days, and I remember the old Third and Lindsley. I loved the old Third and Lindsley. Love the new Third and Lindsley too, but that funky sort of corner where you have to like basically step onto the stage to get around the bar. And you mentioned your college bands. Now, was this when your husband Josh is a drummer? Would he have been in the band for any of those gigs?
He totally was in the band. That's kind of where we started to be sweet on each other. My husband Josh and I have known each other since grade school. We were in the same grade. We've grown up together basically, and we were both out at MTSU for college, and he was asked to play drums in this band, and then I was later asked to be one of the singers in this band. I can't remember how long, maybe a couple years, we played. It was, there was 8 of us, and we were like this funk band with these horns, and it was so much fun. We had so much fun. And Josh and I, we had this history, and it was never romantic between us, but we became really, really close friends. And then spending all that time together was like, we started to flirt, and then the band was like, you guys can't date. We don't want to be another Fleetwood Mac. And I'm like, hey guys, don't worry, we're not that good. We kind of said, all right, peace, y'all. We're gonna date, and we're celebrating 10 years of marriage this month.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's amazing. That is that's really, really cool. I know after our first, Chris and I are we're going to be 2 years in September. And that first year was tough, at certain times along the way, I can see how you might think, man, how are we ever going to make it 10, 20, whatever years? And now you're hitting those milestones and just acing it, even in a quarantine.
Yeah, it's strange. It's nice that we have like a common thing to focus on. The kids, we can divide and conquer. I won't say when, but when or if you and Kristen decide you're going to start a family, just don't have more than 2. Like, don't outnumber yourselves. Like we can like each be with one, and the house is not going to explode.
Right. Also, in a family of 4, you also have the no issues with the game of Family Mario Kart. There's a place for each player.
I'm a Wario. I'm going to win. I'm very competitive.
As everyone is in Mario Kart, who would you say is there an undisputed champion? Is there a smack talker? Is there I use more green shells than everybody else?
Oh man, we go for it. I mean, we don't hold back. It's hard when we're playing with Wyatt. Sometimes we'll ease back so he can just feel the excitement of winning or being like with the pack. But there's gonna be a day soon where he will hang with me and Josh. But we don't hold back. We are out for blood. Yeah. I mean, come on.
I think Chris and I are working on the same long-term plan. We just want to raise our kids to be really good at Mario Kart so that they make us proud when they're,
It's a good babysitter, when you just got to get dinner started and you're like, hey, do you want to play your video games? And you're just like, yeah. And then they don't bother you. It's beautiful. Mario Kart's a beautiful thing.
another beautiful thing is you're singing and you're songwriting, Jenny. And I hope that you're working on some new tunes in this quarantine. I know you've got an EP that was released in 2019, the House Sessions EP. I encourage everyone out there to check that out. And there's a newer song that I heard you sing on the Grand Ole Opry the night that y'all did the big family night. It was such a special thing to listen to. And I knew when Mother's Day was getting close that I wanted to reach out to you and do something with you in this song that you've written, Mama Needs a Lullaby.
Thank you so much. It's a new song, and I had the idea for a long time, but I struggle to complete songs by myself. I can't, I'm not good at writing by myself yet. I bet if I practiced it more, it would be different. But I just love the co-writing process so much. And so my girlfriends, Brianna Tyson and Helene Cronin, kind of helped me wrap up this idea, which is basically that, moms can really struggle. And I think it's okay to talk about it. I think people can feel ashamed that the experience of that first year of motherhood in particular is not as dreamy and beautiful as you envision it to be. And that's okay. And it's common, and there's nothing wrong with you if you're feeling down, because it's a complete shock to your system. I wasn't expecting how hard it was going to be. And so I just wrote a song about it. And it's one of the, when you write sometimes and you just want to tell a cool story because it fits a certain thing or whatever. Well, this song, I just tried to be 100% honest with every line. And it was scary to kind of put it out there. But once I did, the response was so overwhelming. And then we had the opportunity to play the Opry. I was so happy to be included with my family on that night. And Dad requested, he said, "Will you please play the Lullaby song?" And I was like, absolutely. It's fitting for this time that we're in now, because the song really talks about how alone you can feel and just kind of trapped in your own world. And I think a lot of people are feeling that way right now. So I'm so glad you like the song. It's one of my favorites because it's probably the truest, most honest song I've ever written.
Those are usually the best ones. Well, I sure appreciate you coming on the show, Jenny. It's just great to catch up with you.
Well, thank you. And thank you for having me on your show. I have been loving your broadcasts and just everything you're doing online. We listen to your music so much in this house. My son is so obsessed with you, and you are constantly being played in this house. And we hope you don't stop doing what you do, because
I can't. I don't have another choice. Y'all stay strong. Happy belated birthday. Happy belated Mother's Day. And yeah, I'd love for you to sing Mama Needs a Lullaby.
I'd be honored. Absolutely.
Right. Well, I'll get it all queued up and everybody will hear a song. Let's hear it for Jenny Gill, everybody at home. I'll do my applause button here. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, here to perform a beautiful new song. Here's Jenny Gill.
Blue little bedroom, white rocking chair, there in the corner alone, wearing away at the stain on the hardwood. She's never felt time move so slow, holding a miracle, barely awake. Can't decide if she's made a mistake. She sings rockabye baby, knows every word to the one about diamonds and mockingbirds. Once in a while she'll cry through the song just like you. Sometimes Mama needs a lullaby too. She looks out the window at the town she once painted, but all of the colors have changed. She's trying to hold on to the dream she was chasing, but tonight it feels so far away. In the dark, back and forth, stuck in between who she is and who she used to be. She sings rockabye baby, knows every word to the one about diamonds and mockingbirds. Once in a while she'll cry through the song just like you. Sometimes Mama needs a lullaby. Her arms are aching, her strength is fading, but she knows there'll come a day when she can't hold you this tight, and she'll miss the night singing rockabye baby, knows every word to the one about diamonds and mockingbirds. Once in a while she'll cry through the song just like you. Sometimes Mama needs a lullaby too.
Jenny, thank you so much for sharing that beautiful song. What a perfect song to hear right after Mother's Day, and sending our love out to all the moms out there who are doing the tough job of homeschooling their kids and working from home and trying to just do that impossible juggling act that is motherhood. We love you and we appreciate you. I'm thinking now back to how I grew up. My sweet mom and dad took such good care of me, and they raised me to be a country boy. And my best friend Justin Simmons, you see, he had a bunch of go-karts, and he was really good at souping those go-karts up, and we would ride those go-karts around my neighborhood streets. And that brings me to the new segment that we call Young Charles.
Young Charles gonna do his thing. Young Charles gonna do his thing. Oh! Young Charles gonna do his thing. Young Charles gonna do his thing. Young Charles.
Whoa! Y'all having a good time?
Yeah,
Y'all being careful?
yes,
Don't go too fast before you run off in the ditch now.
why not?
You're watching for cars, right?
Yes, every time I see one,
Always stay on the right side of the road.
I am.
All right. Ride around a couple times for me.
Young Charles gonna do his thing. Young Charles gonna do his thing. Oh! Young Charles gonna do his thing. Young Charles gonna do his thing. Young Charles.
Boy, I thought I was hot stuff in that go-kart, didn't I? I don't think I was ever cut out to be a NASCAR driver or any kind of race car driver. I'm going to stick to my day job and just play music. Well, I hope everyone had a lovely Mother's Day, and I'm certainly sending all my love out to all the moms out there, especially my mom, Sherry. And I'm going to leave y'all with a special song. This is a new song, and it's a song that tells a little bit of the story of how I grew up, a little bit of the story of how I fell in love, and a little bit of the story of how I hope to be a dad someday. This is Roots and Branches. I grew up building tree forts, playing Indiana Jones, with Marty Stewart's telly blasting through my foam headphones. Cut my teeth in the Delta juke joints off of one-lane gravel roads. Mighty Mississippi, take it with me wherever I go. Take it with me wherever I go. And like the old magnolia, I'm proud of where I'm planted. Won the heart of a pretty girl who stole mine like a bandit. She's teaching me love's dances, I'm learning as I go. It takes roots and branches to grow. It takes roots and branches to grow. We live a stone's throw from the opera Music City, Tennessee. I ain't so much the boy I was as a man I'm trying to be. A white picket redneck with some blue ticks and some shade. When baby starts talking, baby, we don't leave much love on me. We don't leave much love on me. Like the old magnolia, I'm proud of where I'm planted. I won the heart of a Yankee girl and stole mine like a bandit. She's teaching me love's dances, we're learning as we go. It takes roots and branches to grow. It takes roots and branches to grow. I'm still a banjo rolling dreamer with my own songs to sing, and I'll keep on making music till these hands can't fret the strings. And 33 don't look to me like it did at 22. It's richer and it's deeper, and I wouldn't trade the view. No, I wouldn't trade this view. Like the old magnolia, I'm proud of where I'm planted. Heard the heartbeat of the baby girl who stole ours like a bandit. She's teaching us love's dances, her mama's starting to show. She'll need roots and branches to grow. We'll give her roots and branches to grow. Hey, that kid's pretty good. I think he's going places. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 1 of Live from the Lou. Once again, I want to thank my special guest, Jenny Gill, and I want to invite all of you to tune back in next Monday, 6 p.m. I've got another special guest in store, my songwriting pal, Adam James. See y'all next week.